Don't forget to subscribe to the Social Gup and hit that bell icon for latest videos and updates.
If I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore. That's what was reported.
I mean, wow. And it didn't stop there, did it?
No. There was apparently talk of tying her up, and later using the word fag in her general direction.
Mickey Rourke, Celebrity Big Brother 2025 over in the UK.
Quite the intrigues.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We've been looking through reports from The Independent, The Daily Mail, Evening Standard, mostly around that first eviction, Friday, April 11th.
Yeah, and our plan today is really just to get into the controversies, the reactions, to figure out what actually happened.
Exactly, because there's quite a bit, his interactions, those comments.
Absolutely. We need to look at, well, first off, how he came in, that moment with AJ Odudu.
Right.
Then the really serious comments towards JoJo Siwa, and even that remark about Patsy Palmer's cooking, which, caused a stir.
Yeah, surprisingly so. And then, of course, the eviction itself. Michael Fabricant going, Rourke staying.
Right. How that all played out and what people thought about it.
Okay, let's start at the beginning then. His entrance, last housemate in.
Yeah, and apparently for a huge fee, something like £500,000 reported.
$500,000. Wow. But it was the interaction on stage, wasn't it? With Will Best and AJ Odudu.
That's what got people talking immediately. The reports say he grabbed AJ around the waist.
Yeah, and spun her, pulled her close.
And apparently complimented her appearance, sort of looked her up and down. It seemed quite intense.
You could see AJ look surprised, right? She tried to handle it professionally, saying, "Stop looking at me. It's time for you to get inside the house."
Yeah, she did. But then he apparently tried to, drag her into the house with him.
Until Will Best stepped in, "Don't take AJ with you."
Right. And it carried on, didn't it? On the follow-up show, Late and Live.
Oh, yeah. Alan Carr made a joke about Rourke is gay, something about his tongue hanging out.
He did. AJ laughed it off on camera. Seemed okay, but the audience reaction.
Audible boos in the studio when it was mentioned.
Exactly. And online, forget about it.
Twitter or X just lit up. People calling it creepy, harassment.
Yeah, straight away, calls for him to be removed.
And unfortunately, it seems like that tone continued. Which brings us to the comments about JoJo Siwa.
Right. This was Wednesday's episode, April 9th. Siwa told Rourke she's gay.
And his response, this is pretty shocking if the reports are accurate, shouting across the courtyard,
"If I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore." That's what was reported.
I mean, wow. And it didn't stop there, did it?
No. There was apparently talk of tying her up, and later using the word fag in her general direction.
Though he apparently claimed he wasn't talking directly to her with that specific word.
That's what was said, yeah. But the impact on JoJo was clear.
Reports said she was really upset, crying. Chris Hughes had to comfort her.
And Big Brother had to step in, gave Rourke a formal warning.
Calling the language offensive and unacceptable, which it clearly was.
Absolutely. But the public reaction just ramped up even more then, didn't it?
Oh, definitely. The calls for his removal got much louder. People linking this to the AJ incident, too.
Understandably. And the show put out a statement, about respect and inclusion training, monitoring housemates.
Which always raises the question, doesn't it? If the training's there, why did this still happen? How effective is the monitoring?
It's that constant tension in reality TV, isn't it?
Yeah.
The line between drama and actual harm. They say they have protocols.
But the execution, or maybe the willingness to intervene strongly, sometimes seems lacking to viewers.
Right. Especially when a big name, maybe a big fee, is involved. Speculation, of course.
Of course. And it wasn't just those big moments. There was also that comment to Patsy Palmer.
Ah, yes. The cooking. She made a meal.
And he apparently just told her, flat out, "What do you know? You can't cook."
Which, could be seen as just blunt, maybe trying to be funny.
Maybe. But Patsy didn't seem to take it that way, ultimately. Reports say she laughed initially, then cried in the diary room.
Yeah, felt she'd let herself down. Some called it misogynistic, even.
Adding fuel to the remove him fire, it seemed like a pattern to some people, specifically negative interactions with women.
It shows how everything gets magnified in that house.
So, while all this is swirling around Rourke, the first eviction happens.
Right. Friday night, Michael Fabricant, the former Tory MP, he was out.
He got the most nominations, faced the public vote with Rourke and Jack P. Shepard.
And he left to a mix of boos and cheers, carrying that teddy bear.
Yeah, saw that. But the reaction online was interesting. A lot of people weren't happy Fabricant was the one to go.
No, definitely not. A strong feeling, it seemed, that Rourke should have been evicted given everything that had happened.
Right.
And then there was that little detail people spotted. Rourke, after the announcement.
Oh yeah, the eagle-eyed viewers, claiming he looked like he tried to follow Fabricant out.
Exactly, which immediately led to speculation online. He's desperate to leave.
Could be, couldn't it? Maybe the pressure, the environment. And the reactions kept coming even after the eviction. JoJo Siwa's mom, Jesselyn.
Yeah, she posted on Instagram, very disappointed Rourke wasn't evicted. Said she wasn't surprised, though.
Felt JoJo was treated poorly from the start by him. And she mentioned a wider negativity towards JoJo.
She did, yeah.
And JoJo's partner, Kath Ebbs, she weighed in too.
Echoed Jesselyn's points, shared the post, highlighted what she called misogyny directed at JoJo.
Maybe suggesting Rourke just says things without thinking about the impact. Or doesn't care.
That seems to be the implication.
So, just to quickly recap, we had Rourke's entrance, the AJ interaction,
the homophobic comments to JoJo, the formal warning, the public outcry,
the cooking comment to Patsy Palmer, and the reactions from family, housemates. It's been a massive first week.
Absolutely massive.
Yeah.
And it leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? This whole ecosystem of reality TV. Well, think about that balance. Entertainment versus responsibility. When figures causing this much controversy remain, how do we square wanting to be entertained with, the ethical side of what we're watching?
That's a really good question. Reconciling the entertainment we crave with the behavior we see is definitely something to mull over.